How you spend money is everything. It reveals what you prioritize in life. It also reveals where you are in life. It reveals what you value, right? It reveals the things that you see that are need for now or need for the next 3 years or 10 years, right? What you prioritize in your spending is key, right? I know this probably sounds basic, probably sounds like basic knowledge, but believe it or not, not everyone puts electricity and food as essentials. Believe it or not, not everyone puts their needs as essentials. They don't put their needs as essentials. They don't put electricity, they don't put food, they don't put, the water bill. They don't put those things as the most important essentials, right? Some people, they allow themselves to choose their addictions above what they need. Some use that money to fund the addiction of, cocaine, or the addiction of the OnlyFans accounts or whatever, right? So not everyone puts those needs as number one priority. And so as a human being, the basic thing you need to do is put the needs as priority. Other bills, the water bill, the electricity bill, right? I would say the Wi-Fi bills, because the Wi-Fi bill is, if you're a content creator, you need to pay the Wi-Fi bill, because that is basically your bread and butter. It's basically how you make money. You make money through the internet, so of course you need to pay your Wi-Fi on time or else, right? So there are a lot of humans that they just don't do that. They just want to fund their alcohol addiction. If it's an alcoholic, they want, like, this is something that I've seen. Like, if the guy is an alcoholic, he just want to spend he wants to spend over 700 or 800 rand on just alcohol. Like, they just want to spend 40% of their salary on the addiction. They want to spend 40% of their salary on the addiction and not on a way to escape, or not on an investment to escape, right? So it's also important to be someone that gives. You need to be open-minded to give away that money when needs to be, when you need to be open to give away that money to a person that needs it, like maybe you know a tithe to the church, or maybe money that is equivalent, right? Equivalent to a tithe to someone who needs it, right? Maybe you go out the store and you see a beggar, and then maybe you give that beggar a tithe amount, right? The same amount that you would give to your tithe, you give that beggar, right? So these are the different dynamics that we need to view money as. It's very important for you as a human being to occasionally give money. I'm not saying give large portions. I'm not saying give 5,000, give 40,000 rand away, right? I'm saying when you can, you just give that little bit away. You give that little bit away to someone who needs it occasionally. That will help you, because that will help you view money as just a tool, essentially, because money is just a tool. You need to view money as a tool. a tool in which you can use to get a resource, a tool which you can use to get land, a resource, land, to get a diamond, a resource, to get gold, a resource, right? Money you can use to get a resource. Money you can use to buy a book, a certain skill that you desire. Money you can use to buy knowledge on a certain AI model that will be used 20 years to come. So you feel like, yo, it's important that you know this AI model so that you're able to sell this knowledge of yours, the knowledge of knowing this AI model. You can sell it to other people via a book, a podcast, or other ways, right? So it's very important to view money as a tool, because if you don't view money as a tool, then how can you use it to get more money, right? Look at money in this way, right? If you were stuck on an island right now I would say this. If you were stuck on an island right now and you had $1 million of cash, I'm talking about $1 million cash where you holding it and it's physical, right? That $1 million of cash will be useless to you because there's no one on the island. You are the only person on the island. You're stuck on that island, right? You're stuck there. The only use that $1 million of paper, that paper will be good for is lighting up a fire, will be for the fire, to keep you warm in the fire. That's the only use it will be. Otherwise, it won't be any of use. Won't be any of use to you, right? So you need to view money in this way, where you use this money to get value, or to get a resource, to buy a book, to buy a course, to invest in forex trading, to invest in Bitcoin, to invest in these skills, to invest in a valuable relationship that you think might help you 5 years along the line, maybe in terms of a retail business, maybe in terms of the real estate business, right? You need to think in that way, right? And you have to spend money to make money. Always be willing to spend money to make money. Always be willing to buy something that you know, okay, in 3 years this will grow, or in 3 years I will triple this amount. I will triple this amount by 6 times, right? That's what you need to do, and that's what you need to view it as, right? So yeah, like it's a lot of ways to these are essentially the way that one needs to view money, right? This is how you need to view money in order to make it more of it, right? So yeah.